Hey Junk Monkey friends, it's Sonia and Matt here, coming in strong, loud, and clear. I don't know what that's about, but let's just say we are here today, and we are going to finish a table no matter what kind of weird Matt's now giving me behind the camera. I just don't know what I might say, I might do, although I do know what I'm going to do today. We're going to seal this table. All right, let's just talk about the truth. But first, as you guys are logging on here, and it's Sonia and Matt from Junk Monkey, of course, and we've got a Happy Meal package. This came in the last couple days, and I forgot to open it yesterday, and I was like, I can't open this without my friends. And so Marie Miller sent me this all the way from Virginia.
You're gonna be real embarrassed if it's hate mail.
If it's hate mail, I guess it's a risk. I'm willing to run that risk today. It could be anything.
You might as well just say, coming to you
Come
live,
on,
Sonia Miller, Matt, and Linda.
And Linda's here.
Where's Gayleen been?
Play painting.
I don't know. I haven't seen Gayleen for a bit.
All right, let's see what's in this box. Somebody's gonna say, "Don't cut yourself with those scissors." I know. I'm just, like in the candy store. All right, let's see here. Listen, how could hate mail come with something like that? Okay, with a pretty envelope. Look, there even is a bubble over my eye in my name. Okay, a little circle. You see that? How cute that is?
It doesn't have
It's swirly. It looks happy.
It doesn't have a plus sign with M-A-T-T on it.
Happy. And it's got flowers. It's got roses, shabby roses. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, you're so... Aw, Marie said she's sending me a thank you for all the little things that I do here on live for you guys, which honestly, I love doing what I do here on Facebook with you guys because it's so much fun. Because being creative is fun when you get other people to do it with. Oh my Lord, like what is this? What is this?
Is it ticking?
Marie, what did you send me? No, it's not ticking.
Okay.
All right. You can rest assured. I think it's going to be good. Oh my gosh. Look, guys. It's a mermaid. Heck yeah. You know I'm a mermaid that now lives inland. Yes, absolutely. Look at that. I cannot wait to put that in my office. I love it. I love it.
She has shells on because when I was zooming in,
Are you looking at her shells?
Yeah.
All right, let's see what else is in this one.
I'm just making sure. This is a family program.
All right, okay. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, whatever creature this is wearing a top hat. So I think it's kind of classy.
It is a snowman.
Awesome. No, it's not a snowman. You know what?
It's a fox.
All right, I'll share with you, okay?
It's a fox.
This can be like me and you. How about this? Is he a boy? He could be a boy, right? Mr. Shabby Fox and Mrs. Shabby Mermaid. There you go, match made in heaven. Marie, you are so sweet to send me that, and I appreciate that so much. I cannot wait to put it upstairs in my studio, and I am a big believer in surround yourself with things that make you happy and fill your happy bucket. And let me just tell you, when I come in every day to my studio, I cannot wait to like, you'll probably see these in the background showing up. So thank you for the happy love. All right, in the meantime, they're gonna watch me right now be able to finish off this table for those of you who are joining us.
You had a couple other envelopes come in upstairs.
I did? No, you don't tell me these things. All right, I gotta keep this.
Once again, proof.
So sweet, all right.
Once again, proof. Selective hearing.
Listen, Matt gets the mail and waters the flowers around here. Okay, it's a true story. All right, true story. Okay, so here's the deal. Who was on here yesterday when we painted this table? All right, this was a gray, looking kind of gnarly, used and abused kind of table. We had painted it a gray, weathered look before. If you wanted to see the initial look, you can go onto YouTube and check it out over there. I think it was like day 30 of our challenge that we held summer of 2017. Okay, so let me just tell you, fast forward like almost a year and a half since I've done this tabletop, we have used it for everything. It's been the workhorse of the table here in our store. Okay, and so I'm redoing some things around the shop this week, freshening them up, moving them around. By the way, we can show you how our windows are coming along today. Before Matt takes you outside to show you that, I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do today, all right? So, all I did yesterday was put my 3 colors, remind myself, what colors did I use? Bahama Jade, Antique Lace, and Black Velvet, right? We used our chalky style paint that sticks to pretty much anything under the sun, all right? So, what I did yesterday was I used a sand pad to buff down the top just a little bit just to get rid of any impurities and to like give me a nice little surface, creates extra tooth for my paint to go on top of. Now I went ahead and I did my blend. Go back and watch yesterday if you want to see how I got this effect. And now today we seal it in, okay? We're going to distress because I'm a girl who loves some distress. Not being distressed, just love some distress. And then we're going to seal it. So you don't have to listen to me sanding, this is what I'm doing. I'm again taking a medium grit sand pad. These are on our website at junkmonkeypaint.com if you want the same ones I have. And so like, let's say for example, there is a hair right here, right? So if a hair comes off, you know what? It's okay. Life will go on. I promise. Okay. Who's trusts me and knows that life will go on right there. Okay. Because what we can do, you see that? It's gone, right? It's because we're using a sand pad. And so I don't get excited at the point where I'm painting if I see any brush hairs or anything like that. By the way, to be proactive when you're using a brand new brush that may not have the clamp down right here, like maybe sometimes there's brush hairs that get loose from the clamp when they make it in the factory, all you have to do is just kind of like just do a pull at the very end, and anything that's loose is going to fall out before you start your paint job, okay? Yesterday I started with a new brush and I did not do that, and as a result I saw a few hairs come out, but crisis averted. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead and basically start sanding down my top with the sand block, okay? And what I'm doing right now is just polishing it. I'm polishing it down. I want it to be distressed, so I'm going to grab a new sand block because I'm going to distress my edges, like over here. I'll show you real quick. So obviously I want to make sure I have a sand pad that has enough grit on it that's not worn down, that I can really rip through it and create some, you know, distress marks. Now, if you've been following my vlog on YouTube, which you need to because I just uploaded a brand new vlog today, like every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, there's new vlogs. Vlog is as in V-L-O-G, a video log, okay? So Captain's Log just got uploaded, but over there I shared with you guys in like the last month or so in one of my vlogs that I reuse my sand blocks, okay? So this is an example of, go watch that video, but how I would use it, because even when my sand block is worn down, I can go ahead and I can polish with it, and it doesn't have the grit as strong as a new one, so therefore if I want it more polished versus more ripped, you know what I'm saying? Polish, ripped and polished. This is the difference of how I pick. But I want to go definitely distressed, so I could make use of the same block that I had yesterday, but you know what? I want more teeth to it, right? So that's why I'm doing this. So I'm going to go all over. Some of you guys tell me I hate the sound of hearing a sand block. So you know what? Let's have Matt take you outside, show you how the windows are coming along.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, and
we reached 100,000 likes last night.
We did. We got to plan our giveaway.
Yep. So we're gonna have a super giveaway.
All right.
I guess I'm going outside.
Yeah. I'm gonna distress your teeth.
I might not come back.
All right. Fine.
So let's go do the outside. Oh, look. Go banana. Damn PC. Again with bananas there. And come over here and we'll look. We should just like take off. Let's go. Let's just go. So everything's getting ready for Fort Ligonier Day. You can see the trash cans are out, the barriers are getting put in to get taken out, and we got the grand opening of our square back. I think they're going to take down the fence tomorrow, but we had a big shindig here in town on Friday. But as you can see, all the construction's gone. New steps, new walkway, new trees, new sod, everything. New walkways. Actually, here, let me check it out. So I'm gonna have to get used to traffic flow again, but everybody is parking back around the circle. But come Friday morning, this entire town will be blocked off. There'll be 250,000 people here. So if you can see here, we got all new lights, we got new sidewalks, as you can see, the grass, the new copper dome on top here. So they're just finishing up some pavers over on the other end. But yeah, new trees, fountains are back in, everything's painted, so the town is pretty much back to normal. So there we go. I guess we should go back. We'll probably get in trouble. I'll hear about it later. So anyways, so we're walking back down here, but yeah, so this is the big 3 days of our calendar, which this place turns into a madhouse. If you guys have seen pictures from last year when we had the Harry Potter display, I think we're gonna have the Harrison Ford, Steven Spielberg display going this year. A lot of Indiana Jones, some Star Wars, some different things going out. But anyways, we're walking back down, so yeah, so that's what we're looking at. So, if you get a chance to come here during Fort Ligonier Day, it's very well worth it. Saturday is a big parade, and the parade is second to none. It's usually chaired by somebody who's in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood because, like Mr. McFeely and Mr. Rogers back in the day, unfortunately he's no longer with us, but we have all that stuff there. So, anyways.
How goes it?
Hi, we ran away.
How was your trip?
We literally ran away.
Really? Did you bring me back anything good?
No, because I didn't want to come back.
What?
We walked up to the diamond, yeah.
Nice. Alright, so I've just been going all over this really roughly because I want this to look really, really distressed, right? Okay, so here's a quick tip. When you're distressing, go with the flow of how you put your brush strokes, okay? Don't go against them. So everything I do, basically my distressing is in line.
The chair's not painted, it's actually a silk chair. They just happened to find it and its brother or sister found its way to us many moons ago.
And what?
The silk chair.
Oh, yeah.
Which I see somebody got paint on it today.
Alright. It isn't a paint shop. It could be worse. Alright.
Wow, Betty, or Bet, I can't believe you did that to me.
What she do?
She said he left you with just a few female friends.
With a what?
With just a few female friends. Everybody on the live broadcast.
Okay, I'm not picking up. I might be slow today.
What? Yes, very slow.
You left me with just a few people.
Yeah.
There you go. Who's on here today, by the way?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I love it.
I still haven't seen Galen in a few days.
By the way, did you tell them about banana box today? Just in case
Oh, 20 big banana
Heck yeah.
box.
You
I'm
got
going to
it.
send your way. If you share this, mark share below. So there you go. Hey, Barbara.
So what do you guys think of our windows so far? Did they
What
like them?
color are the doors behind Sonia? Those are Bahama Jade.
Woohoo! Alright, that's good enough. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, we're getting the shopping gear for the big thing, so we're kind of packed in here. And then come Friday, we move everything out, and it's going to be fantabulous.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just brush some of that dust off. I'm just grabbing a dry paintbrush that I have. Nothing crazy. Again, I'm even brushing with the grain. So if there's any dust settled in there, it's going to be off. Let's get our edges. Alright, woohoo! Alright. Wasn't that a fun ride, people?
I'm
Love
sweating.
it. That was a workout. That was a workout in itself.
It's hot here today.
Yes, it is, absolutely. And when you start to distress and paint furniture, it is a workout. Let me just tell you, you definitely need some stamina. Okay, so now we're ready to seal. How easy is that? So, because it's a tabletop, and let me just tell you, it's going to get used and abused, I'm going to use my banana peel to seal with today because here's the deciding factor, right? If it's lower traffic, if it's not going to get a ton of use, definitely tabletops, you know, that sort of thing, cabinets, you're going to want to make sure that you have a good sealer, right? So Monkey Shine is our all-natural wax, and it really sucks into the wood and repels and protects it that way. But the banana peel not only sucks into the wood, but it also forms an outer layer, okay?
Are you sure you're not part Italian?
Who? What?
You.
What?
All of a sudden start talking with your hands like...
Like what?
You're doing like the turtle shell, and you're doing the... You're starting to remind me of my grandmother.
Matt is a master gardener. Tell him about this while I'm getting ready.
This is our pumpkin that grew in front of our store. Last year it was a single stalk of corn. This year it was a small baby pumpkin. Yes. I have to track down the people who sucked it dry of its spice because it's a white pumpkin.
White pumpkin.
Yeah. So, anyways, that I picked it today. The vines are dead, so that was our big gardening project this year.
Yeah, right.
So, Fort Ligonier Days. It's always the same weekend. Yeah, it's always the second weekend commemorating the Battle of Fort Ligonier. So, anyways.
Alright, I'm coming back, I promise. I had to find a stir stick. I thought I had one downstairs with me, but I don't know where it went. Okay, so I just opened a new can of banana peel, so I'm just going to use a stick or something you've got around you just to stir it up, making sure that it's all good and well combined. Because, you know, things settle, right? And so you want to make sure that you have, you know, that
or
you're...
you can shake it.
You can shake it as well, yeah.
Hold
absolutely.
the lid on tight and shake.
Yeah, that's the thing, but make sure your lid's on tight. At the end of the day, do what you gotta do to make sure it's good and combined, and way to go, okay? So here's a quick tip for you guys when it comes to using the banana peel, okay? So when I seal, I like to look for a brush that's really nice and what I call soft and flowy, okay? Something that if I put it to my face, something like, you know how when, like, us as girls, not you, but us as girls, when you like, you can't help but like, you like find brushes and you're just like, oh, it's so soft and flowy. Yes, that's what you want, okay? Like, you see how this one's like really soft and flowy, like really nice and soft, and even though I've used it before, it's still awesome. You know, like they're so soft. Versus if I used a shabby chip brush, like you just saw me use, this is, if you come up close to it, it's not so soft and flowy. In fact, it hurts when you put your hand on it because it's spiky. Thanks. Matt could use it to impale me with, right? Yes. These are great for, because they are harder, what happens is they leave trails and peekaboos in when you put your paint down to get a distressed look, meaning that not full coverage, right? So when you use a soft and flowy brush, the bristles just like dance over your piece, and therefore when they do that, they dance and they cover all the spaces, okay? So this is gonna be the biggest thing. So I always tell you guys, like, use whatever you want. This one, believe it or not, I got at, this one here, I got at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree. And they have some really nice, you see how soft and flowy that is? In fact, let's just use that one today. So I brought in all kinds of brushes just to show you that at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be expensive, but it's gotta be soft and flowy, okay? Soft and flowy. You got it? All right, I'm gonna put I can put my blush on with this one, you know what I'm saying? So when I do my banana peel, I also go in the same thing. I keep my distressing in the same way I paint. My paint lines go with the grain of the wood, or you know how I'm doing it. And so everything flows together, all right? So you'll see that when you first take it out, it has that white milky color to it. You let that be your guide so you know what you have painted and what you have not, okay? So I'm just going light and I'm moving on. Now because this has an edge to it, I'm gonna have to go around the edges and keep a watch to make sure that nothing's gonna like drip down over the edge, right? So I'm not going back over. You can see what I've already banana peeled against what I have not, because it will really make your paint sharpen. But you see how I'm going light, right? Long, I'm not going like this. This is what I'm not doing, right?
That's what I do.
And I'm not going continuously over it. I'm laying it down and I'm going soft with my brush. This is another clue. If you are going way too hard with your brush and not going at it soft, is if your brush bristles are bending like this, okay? No, you don't want things to bend like that, all right? You want things to go, you know, nice and long brush strokes, very nice and light, and you're not gonna continue to go over. You might go over just enough to like attach it to the edge that you just went ahead and you put your poly onto it. But what you don't wanna do is, as you put your poly onto it, right, and it's starting to already like settle in immediately to your paint, you don't want to disturb your paint underneath it. So as soon as you put your light coat of banana peel on, move on to the next racetrack.
This is not liquid wax. This is our own water-based polyacrylic.
You got it. You got it.
It's not wax in any shape or form.
Nope. If you want wax, we do have a wax.
Yeah, we do.
I wouldn't recommend that you use a wax on a tabletop, right? You can if you want, but just know it's not going to give you as much protection as if you used our banana peel, all right?
No, this isn't a color. It is a, it's clear. Once it dries, it's going to dry crystal clear.
Do you see it's already dried and crystal clear? All right, let me see here.
Here, you want to...
Yeah, I got to get that side up there. No worries. All right.
No jiffy drips.
So yes, you're going to want to make sure you get the drips on the sides, right? Because especially if you have something where you run your brush over the top and it catches the edge and therefore it releases down on the sides. Can you see already what I painted, what I've sealed and what I haven't?
I see something you haven't sealed.
Okay. All right. Leave it to Matt. Wonderful.
Oh, everybody else see it.
All right. Where is it to? Show me.
Right here.
What are you seeing?
Right.
Where? This?
Yeah, right here. Look.
Where?
Look,
I can't see.
Look.
Oh, the edge? Right there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't have my light on it. I'm just relying on natural light right now. But, you know, when you do this and you don't have a live audience, take your time to walk around your piece. You know what I'm saying? Put it down and then look from all different angles to make sure you got it, all right? Very, very light. but I'm not going to keep going over it. I'm done. I'm
Gina
moving
says,
on.
best poly ever. So much easier to use than regular poly.
Good.
Oh,
I'm glad you like it. Everything we
design.
designed to be able to work beautifully and with ease for you
So
guys.
easy
right?
a Mac can use it.
You're funny.
It's
and it does
true.
dry flat matte as well, which also goes with creating that old-timey look, right?
It's not a paint color, it's a top coat.
So yeah, I'm going
It's
very
our
light.
polyacrylic.
Very, very light. Okay, because what can happen is when you start brushing over what you've already polyed, so I know right now, I gotta let it go, okay? I can't keep messing with it. I get it on a very, very light coat. That's just where I see it. I threw there was some white there. That's okay. I like that. That's just, there's white paint underneath it before, and when I distressed down to it, it showed it. I'm cool with that. All right, so, but I can't keep messing with it, okay?
But
Because if I
cool?
do, what happens is you start seeing the back brushes. And that's when you get like, and you're like, how did I get all these brush marks? It's because you flip, it's okay. If you ever iced a cake and you like take your frosting knife and you go over it, but then you whip it back the other way, and you see how it creates all those layers and all those just like whipped it back and forth. So that's why you want to go smooth, right? You want to go very smooth, and you don't want to keep going over it or anything like that.
Yes.
So now I let this dry.
This makes it water resistant, just like a
Yes.
regular polyurethane or polyacrylic.
Yep.
I would, for a tabletop, it's going to see lots and lots of use. I'd do a couple layers of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So I would put 2 to 3 layers. Now, I don't have my heat gun with me today. It's upstairs, and as we tear our shop apart, I don't have any tools down here, okay? So it's going to dry right now. So this is what I'm seriously going to do. We're going to let it dry. We're not going to force dry it with the air gun or heat gun or anything like that, okay? We completely let it dry. It dries clear.
Yep,
Here is
okay.
another important tip. If you are putting on your banana peel, and instead of it drying clear, you're still seeing that this color over here, this like milky color with it, that means that you have put so much on, it's way too heavy. So you need to go multiple light coats.
All right,
Let's take some
I got chime in there.
Yeah, go for it.
This is not a paint.
No.
This is not white paint.
This is our second stage.
This
for
is
our
a
paint job.
polyacrylic sealer.
Yep.
It looks white. We made it so it'd be white, so that way you can
But
see
it dries
where you've done. But it dries crystal clear.
Yep.
So as I
So
said,
the colors underneath it that you're seeing is a antique lace, which is a very light white. So if you're seeing some white right now, it is because you're seeing the antique lace when I did the weathered look, right? So because it made it more vibrant. But the banana peel dries completely clear. Use the off color that is in it right now as a way to show you what you've painted and what you haven't painted in terms of sealed, what you've sealed and what you haven't sealed, okay? It's like your guide. So when you're putting it on, it's nice that it's not clear because now you're able to see any areas that you missed, right? So you put it on, very light coat, we're gonna let it dry. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna put a second coat on this table. So before I do that, if I want to really if I want to get away from as many brush strokes as possible, and if I wanted this to look as perfect as possible, but you know me, everything around here is distressed. So I don't have to do this step for me personally, but if you want a more polished, perfected looking piece, before you put your next coat onto it, go get yourself a very, very light grit sand pad. Use one of the ones you already have that you've really worn the grit down on already. And that can be a polisher, right? Because the grit's been worn down so much on this compared to a new one that what happens is now this one can be a polisher, meaning that I can do a quick sand and brush off that dust before I go ahead and I put on another layer of my banana peel. Does that make sense?
all right, I got questions.
Yeah, go for it.
This is not a Mod Podge. This is a sealer. It's a polyacrylic. It's a plasticine finish. It
There you go.
dries hard. So
Yeah,
it's
it
a
has
totally
partners into it.
different molecular and chemical class.
It's definitely not, it's
yeah.
definitely not Mod Podge.
Yeah.
That's more crafty stuff, like when you're sealing your napkins, you're doing decor. You're going to want something that has a hardener in it for when you're doing things like tabletops or you're working with furniture that you know is going to get a lot of use, right? So this is what you would use our banana peel for.
All you have to wait, as soon as it dries, you can add another coat.
Yep, absolutely.
And then it'll continue to cure after
You got it.
30 days.
So honestly, this is almost dry. The top part is right now. And so as soon as it completely dries, I can go ahead and put on a second coat if I want.
Susan Empson, yes, if you paint then glaze, do you seal it after you glaze? Yes,
Yeah.
if you want to seal it.
Yep. So sealer is totally optional. You know, when you use our paints and stuff, it's not like they're going to fall back off. I have things painted outside that have been painted outside for a year and a half. You know, it's not like it rains and it falls off. It's still out there. But I'm going to get better protection if I put a layer over it, right? So this is what the banana peel does. It sucks into the pores, but it also forms the turtle shell on the outside of it. The monkey shine completely sucks in and basically repels, right? But you want not only to repel and to seal, you also want that extra protection of a layer. So like, for example, a vanity that gets a lot of makeup on, a lot of makeup use, right? A tabletop, put multiple coats on, especially if you're pushing and pulling, you know, bookshelves, things like that, right? Yeah. Fire away.
Could that go over regular poly? No, this is
a poly.
This is a poly.
Yep. You don't need anything else.
You
don't need anything else, girl. This is your poly.
Okay. I got a couple questions I need to answer. Dry time, it's high humidity here. It's hot here.
It's already dry.
Right now it's pretty 75% dry.
Yep. I can see as it all, and it's all setting up. And this is where the patience comes in. I don't use my heat gun when I'm working with poly. Yes, I use it when I'm working with paint, okay? Because when I'm drying and I'm using my heat gun, I can speed it up. I'm distressing anyhow, so any imperfections that I create, because maybe I create like a blasted heat onto it, at the end of the day, it's only going to add character to my piece. But when I get to the point where I want to seal something, I put it down, and what's happening right now is it's sucking into all the wood pores while we're talking here right now, okay? So it's sucking in, and there's also a light layer on the top, and that's that light layer that you can go ahead and you can do a very light sand with, like with a 220 grit sand pad if you want to do something like that to even polish it to get it even more crystal clear and get rid of any potential poly brush strokes that you might get into, right?
Or a bubble here or there.
Yep, anything like that. You got it. So that's a great way to get like the, if you're looking for the perfect finishes. For me,
I'm looking for the perfect finish.
There you go. All right, sound good? All right, I say we give away some banana bucks today for somebody who...
Can it be used on pieces that will keep out? Yes, but you're going to have to do several layers of it.
Mother Nature is a beast.
Yes.
You can buy a $1 million home and she's still going to come and she's still going to be a beast on your house, right? You can buy a $1 million car. She just has so much power. So just know that, like this time of the year, if you're doing stuff for the outside, if it can't, you know, if you can be brought back inside, this is the kind of like, you know, at the end of this year when you start wanting to move things back into your shed to help preserve it, right? For me, I have things painted out there that I leave out all year round, and that's okay because I know that I love the distress feeling. So if Mother Nature packs a punch and does some distressing, that just adds some more flair to my stuff. But at the end of the day, if I ever want to paint one of my terracotta pots, which I don't have sealed, that I use our chalky style paint on, and they're still looking mighty fabulous out there right now, at the end of the day, a year down the road, if I want to just repaint them in a different color, I can do that, right?
So a couple quick notes here.
Yes.
We're about to give away banana bucks, but before I do that, we got our 100K like last night. So what we're going to do is we're going to figure out what we're going to do, and then we're going to wait a couple days because our friends and neighbors down in Florida, we want them to be in Georgia, and everybody who is in the path of Hurricane Michael, which just popped up on us out of nowhere. So we want everybody to have the opportunity, so we're going to give it a few days until they're back up online. Also, you know, if you get a chance, donate your time. Donate some blood, help out the efforts down there, help them out the way you'd want to be helped out if something happens on your neck of the woods. So with that,
friends down there, so be safe.
So that with
all right,
that,
let's see.
I will give you the big banana bucks winner is Craig Fowler.
Craig Fowler.
Craig Fowler.
I always manage to mess up last names. Fowler? Okay. Yeah. Craig, what you have to do is message us at junkmonkeypaint@gmail.com before midnight tonight Eastern Standard Time. Put winner, winner in the subject line. And we will see your message and be able to respond back to you and give you a special code
before midnight.
To use at junkmonkeypaint.com, all right? So, yay! And by the way, if you are not on our email list, you need to be on there because we do send out some special codes to everybody from time to time. In fact, this weekend we had one, all right? So if you're not on our email list, you wouldn't even known about it, all right? So I'm telling you now, this is your chance to get on, and all you have to do is to go to junkmonkeypaint.com, and at the very bottom, there's a place that says enter your email address, sign up for, you know, our email to be on our VIP email list, or even when you're on the site, it pops up as a box that says if you want special codes, if you know, coupon codes and sales, and you want to know about all the stuff that's going on, all the news, then that's the place to be. So I'm just saying. All right, so I gotta go finish putting this place back into shape. Tomorrow we reopen. It's a huge weekend here, so stay tuned with us.
Tomorrow's the last day.
I think I gotta paint the buffet tomorrow.
Are we ready for 4 days?
For 4 days?
Yeah,
Heck yeah, bring it on.
Okay.
Oh, we got lots of stuff.
All right.
Got so much stuff.
All
right, now we gotta go just make it all pretty. All right, see you guys again tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out.
Guys.
And watch the new vlog that just went up on YouTube.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.